Today is a WRAL weather alert day. We have a level 1 risk for severe storms, mainly this afternoon, but we'll walk through the timeline and I'll show you when we can see some morning showers.
We're following breaking news. A Fayetteville restaurant is burned through an early morning fire that investigators are calling suspicious. You're looking live at what's left on Murchison Road as investigators work to find the cause.
Also, summer camps start today in Raleigh, but it's not too late to sign up. How the city is making room for parents who are still making plans as you look live at Chambers Park.
Whoever was told you couldn't be seen, this is for you.
And an emotional speech from Fayetteville native Jay Harrison Gee, who just made history at the Tony Awards. Lots of North Carolina talent represented at the Tony Awards this year. It is 6 o'clock. Hello, everyone. Great to have you with us on this Monday as we walk you through a WRAL Weather Alert Day. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Ken Smith in for Jeff Hogan. Of course, we had a warm Sunday. Now that can give way to some severe weather possibly later on. Let's get back to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Survey Weather Center tracking it all for us.
It is a level 1 risk for severe storms across our viewing area. It's a level 2 closer to the coast, but that doesn't include any part of our viewing area. Damaging winds, some heavy rain, some large hail possible with this. Right now we have well ahead of any thunderstorms, a few scattered showers that have been popping up. We have a band of rain from Greensboro down towards Charlotte, but out ahead of it, these tiny little showers have started to pop up. We're seeing that just west of Southern Pines through Carthage, near Sanford, and this one moving into the southwestern portion of Wake County right now. These are not likely to be something that sticks around for very long, but you might run into just a brief bit of heavy rain for your morning commute. You can see this line that starts to develop back to our west, and it rolls through between, say, 7 and 9. By the time we get to 10 o'clock or so, that starts to slide eastward and out of the viewing area. Not likely to have severe storms with that, but we may have another round when our cold front gets a little closer to us, starting at around 5 o'clock. There's 6 p.m. with this line of thunderstorms. There's 7 p.m., and by 8 or 9, it moves on out. That's when we'd have our best chance of severe storms. We take a live look at Sanford right now, and Sanford's one of the spots that could see a light shower. Right now, it looks like it's pretty dry there, but gray. 70 degrees is what we're seeing in the Triangle. We still have a wind coming out of the south, so it's warm and sticky. Looking at 67 in Clinton, 66 in South Hill, and our hour-by-hour forecast brings us into the mid-80s this afternoon, which will be cooler than yesterday because of all the cloud cover. Another chance of rain midweek and possibly for Father's Day, too. We'll look at that coming up. Brian?
It is just about 6:02 right now. No crashes showing up anywhere in the Triangle at the moment, and our major routes are all clear in Wake County. Not seeing any problems on 540 or 440. At this point in our morning commute. And as we take a look at our major approaches into Durham, they're all checking out all right. No trouble coming in from Hillsborough on northbound 85 and out of Raleigh on 40 westbound. That ride from Wade Avenue to 885 at the moment is all clear.
Our news continues right now with breaking news. Flames tearing through a local restaurant, and firefighters don't think it's an accident. The fire broke out around 2:30 this morning at Fishing Pier and Seafood. That's on Murchison Road in Fayetteville. That's where we find WRAL's Michael Grace in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker to set the scene for us. Michael.
Yeah, well, Ken, just after 5:30, the Fayetteville Police Department's forensics unit showed up, and they are now inside the building taking pictures. They've also got investigators that are walking around this building, hoping to get more answers into that suspicious activity. So I'm going to get behind this camera and show you what the scene looks like. You can see crime tape around not only the Fishing Pier restaurant, but at this convenience store right next door as well. And so right through that front, if you can see partially, you can see some of the damage in there. One of the investigators just walking out, and some of those flashes you see is actually the forensics unit taking pictures all throughout the inside. That's where the bulk of that damage is. Around $75,000 worth is what early estimations have from the Fayetteville Police Department, and they are going to stay on scene and get more and more of these pictures. We're hoping to get more answers into the actual cause of that suspicious activity for this fire. So we're going to have those answers hopefully here throughout the morning. Live in Fayetteville, Michael Grace, WRAL News.
Law enforcement is beefing up security in Miami, Florida, where former President Trump is set to arrive today ahead of his historic arraignment on federal criminal charges. Campaign officials say Trump will spend the night at his club about 20 minutes away from the heavily protected courthouse where he'll appear tomorrow. Trump faces a 37-count federal indictment accusing him of keeping classified documents in his home after he left office. The charges have divided Republicans, and Trump's former attorney general is refusing to defend him.
He's not a victim here. He was totally wrong that he had the right to have those documents. Those documents are among the most sensitive secrets that the country has.
Donald Trump, you may hate his guts, but he is not a spy. He did not commit espionage.
Federal agents are monitoring any violent rhetoric online ahead of Trump's day in court, as well as plans for protests. In a visit to North Carolina this past weekend, Trump denied wrongdoing.
Safety concerns are growing near Raleigh's Glenwood South after a shooting sent 3 people to the hospital. It happened early yesterday morning on West North Street. Officers say 3 men were hurt, 2 are expected to survive, another has serious injuries. Last year, police reported an uptick in gun and drug-related crimes around Glenwood South. People living nearby say that has them thinking twice before going out at night.
We got an email recently saying crime is going up, so be aware of your surroundings.
I don't come out at night. I don't come out here at night, no ma'am.
Raleigh police have not said what led up to that shooting or if they've made any arrests.
We're working to learn more from police after a man barricaded himself in his home with his wife and 2 children inside. Investigators in Kenly have stayed quiet about the standoff on South Wilson Street since early yesterday morning. We do know the man involved started shooting at police and that the standoff has since ended. We've made repeated calls to find out how the wife and children are doing. No response yet. Witnesses say they heard at least 24 gunshots and saw an ambulance. State troopers and deputies also responded to the standoff. Kenly police have been trying to rebuild since a series of mass resignations last year.
Well, school is officially out and many summer camps kick off today. Parents, if you still haven't signed up your child, the city of Raleigh says there's still time. Let's get to WRAL's Laura Levine live at Chavis Park this morning and how those camps are preparing to accommodate as many children as possible. Laura, good morning.
Good morning. Well, listen to this. The Parks and Recs Department is planning on welcoming 1,200 kids per week at these camps, including the one here behind me at Chavis Park. They're going to get going here at around 7:30 this morning. Now, although they do have wait lists for some camps, there are still some spots open at others. Now, from now until August 25th, summer camps are back in action. The city says camp registration is back up this year, so more parents sending their kids off to summer camp. They have roughly 300 camp staff to help accommodate the busy weeks ahead. However, during the peak of operation for seasonal staff, that number will be around 1,800. That's including other parks and nature sites as well as swim instructors, which has been a challenge to retain over the past few years.
Just know that summer season is a highlight for Raleigh Parks. We prepare year round for it. It's when our staff get excited. We put a lot of energy into training, into preparation, and plans. So if you're looking for a memorable experience, get on the website, come to our pool, sign up for a swim class.
And he says there are several different camps that may cater to your child's interests, whether it's arts and crafts or outdoors. Just head over to WRAL.com where we have more information. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, we are following some breaking news out of Italy this morning. Former Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi has passed away. He was 86 years old. The billionaire media mogul led the government for 9 years. In his 9 years as prime minister, that made him the 3rd longest head of government in Italy. Now, over the years, Berlusconi was involved in several scandals. He does leave behind 5 children. Again, he was 86 years old. Michelle, thanks. This afternoon, we'll find out how UNC's governing board could change to make itself more reflective of the students and the state it serves. A bipartisan commission put together by Governor Cooper will announce its recommendations. The governor tasked the commission with improving the process for choosing who leads the UNC system following years of concern about partisan influence. However, the recommendations will likely fall on deaf ears. Only state lawmakers can change the appointment process, and the Republican leaders there have already said they have no interest in making changes.
A Fayetteville native making history at the Tony Awards.
J. Harrison G.
You heard it right. J. Harrison G. won Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role for their performance in Broadway's Some Like It Hot. G, along with Alex Newell of Shucked, became the first out non-binary performers to win Tonys for acting.
For every trans, non-binary, gender non-conforming human who ever was told you couldn't be seen, this is for you.
Well, another Fayetteville native, Natasha Yvette Williams, was also nominated. Now, the show was hosted by Raleigh's Ariana DeBose, who kicked off the show with a rousing dance number. Last night's show was unscripted because of the ongoing writer's strike. Now, as for the other top awards, Best Musical went to Kimberly Akimbo, and Best Play went to Leopold Stadt.
A mother of four from Fuquay-Varina is battling her cancer far from home, and now she's turning to the community for help.
Thank you, God, for loving me. Thank you for loving me so much.
It means everything. Why she says she has to spend months away from her family.
Also this morning, a massive fire at a North Carolina church caught on camera. What investigators say started the fire that tore through this decades-old building.
And we're looking at some scattered showers that are popping up on radar right now from the Sandhills heading up toward the Triangle. I'll show you why these are not likely to be severe, but when the severe storms are likely to develop coming up.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
It is 6:13, and today is a WRAL weather alert day because we have a level 1 risk for severe storms. Severe storms are not likely until mid to late afternoon, even into the evening commute. But we are seeing some scattered showers right now. Some lightning down near the South Carolina line. We'll see if that ends up moving on up here into the Sandhills. Right now, we're seeing some showers over Moore County, Lee County, and even into Wake County. We'll continue to follow this first line moving through, and again, we'll see a second line later on today. We'll walk through that with Futurecast in just a few minutes. 69 in Wilson right now, at 70 in Durham, 68 in Fayetteville. It is warm and muggy no matter where you are. Most of you won't need a raincoat to start with this morning, but I would take it with you. If you're walking the dog this evening, there could be a few scattered storms, a high of 85. Brian?
It is 6:14. No crashes showing up anywhere in the Triangle right now. We're looking good all over Wake County and also in Durham and Orange County. No trouble over in Chapel Hill. 15501 looking good right now between Durham and Chapel Hill. Want to head out to South Raleigh and take a live look at I-40 at South Saunders Street. Headlights are westbound. We're not seeing any big congestion just yet. That ride from 440 out to US 1, delay free at the moment, Ken.
Well, a man faces a list of charges this morning after shooting in Raleigh. Antonio Myers is accused of shooting and wounding a woman Saturday night on Shanda Drive. Investigators haven't shared a motive for that violence. A neighbor who lives nearby says police had been called to that home within the past week to defuse another situation.
A North Carolina church is figuring out how to rebuild this morning after a fire started by a lightning strike destroyed its campus. Power Cross Ministries shared this video on Facebook. You could see the flames at its building yesterday in Salisbury, which is outside of Charlotte. No one was hurt. Firefighters say they spent all night putting out hot spots. The building had been there since 1935.
The management of federal prisons is facing scrutiny this morning after Unabomber Ted Kaczynski was found dead in his cell in Butner. Sources telling the Associated Press Kaczynski died by suicide. The government has not confirmed that, though. He was serving in 8 consecutive life sentences at the Federal Medical Center. He was transferred there in 2021. Kaczynski pleaded guilty in 1998 to sending mail bombs that killed 3 people and left nearly 24 others hurt. The FBI spent nearly 2 decades trying to track him down.
Another American is being held in Russia this morning, accused of running a drug dealing business. Michael Travis Leak faces more than a dozen years in a Russian prison. Leak has lived in Russia for years as a rock musician and producer, and he's spoken against the Kremlin in the past. Pro-Russian media released a video of him in custody. It's not clear exactly when it was taken.
I am not admitting to any guilt, and I do not believe that I have done what I've been accused because I don't know what I've been accused of.
Some experts worry Leak's arrest is part of an effort to detain Americans to use as leverage as tensions soar over the war in Ukraine. Journalist Evan Gershkovich has been in Russian custody since March on espionage charges that he denies.
A mother of 4 from Fuquay Arena is struggling to pay for cancer treatments, even with a lot of help from the community. Danielle McKean is at a specialized clinic in Arizona as she battles stage 4 breast cancer. She's there because she says her insurance denied her access to the drug she needs. Her family is now having to pay out of pocket. The family setting up a GoFundMe page, so far raising more than $100,000. It's not enough, though, to cover the costs, but McKean says she's grateful.
My mom said something that stuck with me, and she said very few people get to see how much they're loved in their lifetime. And I've seen so much love in the past since December, 6 months, and I'm like, thank you, God, for loving me.
Well, her husband is back here at home taking care of their 4 children. Now, if you'd like to help, we have a link to McKean's GoFundMe page on WRAL.com.
Happening today, the president and first lady will welcome this year's NCAA championship teams to the White House. It's part of the first of its kind College Athlete Day. Dozens of championship teams across different sports and different NCAA divisions are expected to visit. We're asking to see if any North Carolina teams will be there. The NCAA holds 90 championships in 24 sports across its 3 divisions.
We're coming off of a rather warm weekend, but now it's a WRAL Weather Alert Day. With that in mind, let's get right to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center.
I want to show you these cameras because we're seeing some differing conditions across the area right now. For the first time now, this is the first camera that I've found in our viewing area that has rain on it. So it is raining in Apex right now. We've had a few cells develop in the Sandhills and start to work up toward Wake County. So seeing a little light rain there. Goldsboro, it's probably going to be a while before we see any rain there. But Chapel Hill, could see some showers here shortly as well as we have a band of rain moving eastward. And it looks like it might be a little damp here in Fayetteville. Fayetteville's another one of those places. We'll have a good chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms today, especially later on. Here's a look at the big picture. We've had, you can see from, Atlanta back here toward Louisiana, the orange shaded areas. That was a severe thunderstorm watch. We continue to have severe thunderstorm warnings here in the southern part of Georgia. That's where all the severe weather is right now. We do have some showers that have popped up well ahead of our cold front. There's our front right now on the west side of the mountains. But well ahead of that, we have some showers that have started to pop up out ahead of a line of rain that's back to our west from, say, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, back towards Charlotte. We do have a little lightning that started to pop up just to the south and west of Moore County. I'm going to zoom in up to the north. But let's go back here and again take a look at this. So we do have some showers here in Moore County, a little bit of rain there in Sanford, starting to see some showers. That one getting ready to move right into Raleigh. That's going to be just a quick little shower that pops up there that we'll be dealing with. But none of that is going to be severe. We take a look at our WRAL Weather Alert Day. That's because we have a level 1 risk for severe storms, damaging wind, and hail would be our biggest threats. Here's a look at Futurecast. Futurecast has this line of rain that moves through, and this is a new update to the computer models just in the last hour or so, showing a lot more rain rolling through during our morning commute. It doesn't roll out until around say 11, 12 o'clock. We get a bit of a break for a few hours, and then we begin to see thunderstorms developing again around 5 and sliding eastward. This is where we'd have the best chance of severe storms between 5 and 7 around the triangle and between 7 and 9 in our eastern counties. And then after that, things should quiet down for a bit. Here's a look at Futurecast for Tuesday. High pressure builds in, keeping things nice and dry. Tuesday should be a beautiful day. But then another front swings by to our south on Wednesday. And that's going to bring us a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm, mainly in our southeastern counties. So WRAL Weather Alert Day today. Some rain for our morning commute on and off, and then some evening thunderstorms. Tuesday and Wednesday look quite nice. Then it's hot again for Friday and Saturday. Right now it looks like we could have some thunderstorms for Father's Day. Brian?
6:20 right now, Elizabeth, and we're tracking those little showers moving in through the Sandhills into parts of southern Wake County as well as southwestern Wake County. This is a look at our current road conditions model, and where you see that green, that's where you're most likely going to see some wet roads this morning. It's not raining very hard, so we're not talking about standing water or anything like that. But US 1 out of Apex and Cary down towards Sanford and into Moore County could be a little wet as you head out, so be prepared for that. Zooming in a little closer here to the Triangle, still not seeing any crashes showing up anywhere in Wake, Durham, or Orange County. Taking a live look at US 1 at 1010 Road in Apex. Headlights are northbound, heading toward Cary. No delays all the way up toward Raleigh right now.
Brian, thanks. Well, they survived a plane crash and kept each other alive for 40 days in the Amazon jungle. Coming up, what we're now learning about the techniques these children, all under the age of 13, used through their harrowing journey.
Just an incredible story. Plus, your summer road trip up north could be complicated by traffic because of this. How long it could take to repair a huge highway collapse on I-95.
Then ahead on Today, teenagers looking for summer jobs, why experts say it's never been a better time to be looking for work.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
If he's needed, the mascot for the Miami Heat will be back on the court this week for the NBA Finals after a joke gone wrong.
Yeah, Brian Trader's here now with What's Trending.
Yeah, the Heat's coach says that Bernie will be back for a potential Game 6 despite being punched by MMA fighter Conor McGregor. Break it up, fellas.
Yeah.
Bernie had to be taken to the hospital, but is okay, apparently. This was all supposed to be a promotional stunt during the game.
Yeah, they were announcing a partnership between McGregor and the Miami Heat. I'm not sure if McGregor was supposed to punch Bernie that hard, and I'm not sure if Bernie was expecting that to be hit that hard and hit again. Yeah. No fighting in basketball.
I want to see the hospital records on that.
He just got some medication and was sent home.
Connor, you don't know your own strength. Come on, man. Go later.
Yes. Ariana DeBose is going viral this morning for her Ellen moment at the Tony Awards. Take a look at this. She shared this selfie to Instagram of her with some of Broadway's biggest stars, including Lin-Manuel Miranda. It is a callback to that selfie that Ellen DeGeneres took at the Oscars back in 2014. That was a big cultural moment.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and there's something about the selfies that just gives it that authenticity. You have so many professional photographers out there, right, in the red carpet moments, but there's something about when the stars just all kind of gather and look all close, look, they're having fun.
Yeah, we can
People
do it
love that
ourselves.
picture. Exactly.
Brian, thanks. Well, the Vegas Golden Knights just one win away from their first ever Stanley Cup, and they'll play tomorrow's matchup against the Florida Panthers on home ice. It follows a fiery end to Game 4 over the weekend. A fight broke out right as the buzzer sounded as the Panthers failed to tie the game. 6 penalties were handed out of the brawl, including unsportsmanlike conduct.
President Biden wants you to text him. Yep, in a recent tweet, he posted his number, saying he wants to hear from you about what's top of mind for you and your family. The number is 302-404-0880. Go ahead and try it.
Amid ongoing staff shortages, summer camps return back to the city of Raleigh today. Just ahead, a look at how they prepared to welcome thousands of kids back and how you can get your kids involved.
Michael. Plus, officials in Fayetteville are investigating an overnight suspicious restaurant fire. Coming up, I'll tell you where they're at in the investigation and what we know so far.
And you saw Laura Levine in her raincoat. We have a little shower that's moving right across Raleigh, another one that's moving across Apex and north and east. We do have some severe storms in our forecast for later today. I'll tell you when to expect those coming up.